Hi there, and welcome to Military Histories, a podcast from York Army Museum. Each week we share an interview from the Royal Dragoon Guards audio archive. Throughout May and June we will be sharing interviews with World War II veterans. You can find more details about the Royal Dragoon Guards Oral History Project in the show notes. If you want to find out a bit more about our museum, there are links to our website and social media channels in the show notes too. In this week's interview you can hear Mr. Frank James' memories of joining the army, training, the Normandy Landings, crossing the Rhine, and an ambush in Belgium. Mr. James served with the 4th 7th Royal Dragoon Guards from 1939 to 1945. Thanks for listening. Future episodes will drop every Friday.
Okay, today's date is the 15th of November 2013. And I'm here today to interview for the Oral History Project Frank James in Newport. Now Frank, perhaps you can start just by telling me a little bit about who you are, when you were born, and when you first joined the army.
So I was born in the 4th of the 12th, 1918. In York. I'm a Yorkshireman actually.
Right, yeah.
In York, and we came down to the valleys, the Tree Thomas. My father worked in the tin works down there, and we came down to the Tree Thomas, and we had been down this way ever since.
Okay.
I was born actually in 22 Gladstone Street, Acomb.
Okay, right, so that's Acomb, well, that's up New York, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So you joined the army in 1938, you said?
And then,
so you were
1938.
So at the age of 20, you decided to join the army and you went into the infantry?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened after that?
Well, as I say, I joined the Mons, and I went from the Mons then to the Welsh Regiment, and I got in 1942. I got transferred to Tidworth Armoured Division.
Yeah. Can we just go back slightly? I believe I remember you saying that you were joined for 6 months.
Yes.
And then you took to Mod because your father was ill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You'd like to go on from there?
Well, we came out and went to work in the Seaworks.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I worked in Lycett Seaworks till up till 1939.
Right.
And then we got called back in on a reserve when the war broke out.
Right. Okay. And where did you go where did you report to when you joined?
Cardiff Barracks.
Yeah. Okay.
Mainly Barracks, Cardiff.
And then you went to where?
I went from Mainly Barracks. I went to Tidworth.
Mm-hmm.
And I did the training in Tidworth. And the first move we had, I said, was to the Queen's Bays.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, we came back to Tidworth, and we did Tidworth like about another 3 weeks, I think it was. And I got sent to the 4th 7th Dragoon Guards.
Okay, so you were posted to the 4th 7th, to the regiment, and where were they at that particular time?
They were at Thorpe Mandeville.
And where was that?
Outside Banbury.
Right,
3
okay.
miles outside Banbury.
Okay, so you joined the regiment then at Banbury in 1942, and what was your first job then as the
First job I had in the mob.
Yeah.
Besides digging a trench for the later pipeline.
Yeah.
Batman.
You were a Batman.
I was a Batman, and I was also the sanitary man inspector.
So you inspected the bogs.
My job was to keep the bogs clean.
Right.
And see that there was hot water for the boys.
Right. Now when you say the boys, do you mean the boys, the troopers, or do you mean the officers?
C Squadron.
C Squadron.
C Squadron.
Right, okay. And were you attached to C Squadron in that respect?
I was in C Squadron, yes.
Yeah, so you're in, but you weren't actually in the tank, so you said? You weren't actually in as a tank crew member?
No, I wasn't a crew. I was a transport driver all through the war.
Okay, and as I understand you said you were an A1 echelon.
I was A1.
So what is the purpose? For the purpose of the tape, what's the purpose of A1 echelon?
Their job was to keep the tanks going with ammunition and diesel, and that was our job.
Right.
After the front line.
Right. So you were in replenishment then. Yes.
Because the other echelon was B echelon, which could. Oh, who's this now?
Right. I'll just have a pause on this for a moment. We have an interruption because there's somebody at the door. Okay, I hope this is working again. Yes, it looks like it might be. After the interruption, now where were we? We were talking about the role of the echelon, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so you were A1 echelon,
Yeah.
and what were you actually supplying the tanks with? Were you diesel or were you ammunition?
The diesel, ammunition.
Okay, so it could be anything.
My load was ammunition.
Right. Okay.
And I said to the sergeant major one day, he said, "Oh, giving me a change to let me have diesel for a change." He said, "If you get hit," he said, "you'll bloody go up just the same, whatever you carry in."
Okay.
That's as far as I got.
Okay.
So I still had the ammunition when the war finished.
So the sergeant major wasn't very sympathetic to your request for a change.
No.
Okay. Well, that's typical sergeant major. That is. That's not for the tape. Right. So you. Let's fast forward again to, because you stayed with the regiment in England doing exercises.
Yes.
And preparing for the big one, preparing for D-Day.
For D-Day, yeah.
Yeah. So what sort of exercises were you involved in?
Well, the exercises, well, we didn't do a lot of exercises, actually. My job when they went out on manoeuvres with the ammunition and all that. To keep them supplied with ammunition.
Right. From previous interviews that I've done, I know that there was a big exercise off Studland.
Yes, yeah.
When they're practicing the D-Day landings.
Yeah.
Were you involved in that at all?
Oh no.
No. They lost a lot of men, didn't they?
We lost some men on that.
Yeah.
I remember that. I was stationed. I was in Bournemouth. I was stationed in Bournemouth, and
right,
we were.
Mm-hmm.
And they went out on the scheme. We lost that was nothing to do with that big scheme where somebody's or whatever they come in and caught them.
Yeah.
They went out on a scheme, and one of the blokes was telling me after that our CO, our bloody brigadier, and the ship's captain was arguing on ship, and it was too rough to launch the tanks.
Yeah.
And he said, our officer said, "You look after your Navy," he said, "and I'll look after the Army." He said, "They go," he said.
Right, okay.
And the first two tanks that went down went straight down to the bloody bottom.
Yeah. Yes, I know. It was a terrible thing.
And we was in Bournemouth then.
Right, okay. So then, of course, the call came in June of 1944.
Yeah.
So what was your role in the D-Day landings?
Well, my role in the D-Day landing was to keep the ammunition, keep the tanks out with ammunition.
Okay. So did you actually go across with the main flotilla, or were you come up reserve?
The tanks we went over on a different ship to the tanks.
Right. But you went with the tank.
We went with them.
Yeah.
And they kept us on the ship all night till they cleared the beaches.
So on the 6th of June, you were sitting in
because of the mines and that.
Yeah.
They kept us on the ship all night.
Right.
And we missed a few shots coming over from the bloody beaches, man.
Right. So they were trying to hit the ships, and you were on the ships. Okay. So when did you actually land in France?
I landed the next day. That'd be the 6th of June.
Right. Okay. So you landed on the day after D-Day plus one.
Yeah. We was on a ship all night.
Yeah. Okay. So you then you were saying that you had the vehicles all wagoned up, all greased up, ready to land. Yeah. So you were expecting to actually land in the water and drive through.
Oh yes, that was the organisation. What's name is the same as the tanks. The top off was 300 yards on the beach, and he went in under your own, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because I said to the skipper about it, and he said, "Oh," he said, "don't worry about that guy." He said, I got it ice. I'll put it up on the beach, he said, and when the ice tide come off again.
Okay.
And I could, as I said, I'd always remember that because I had to take the bloody dead German back with me.
Okay, yeah.
And
So you had him in the back with the ammunition.
So I had him on top of the bloody cab.
Oh, right. Strapped down.
He said, we come to the Navy boys, the Yankees said, where can I put him? I said, shove him on top of the bloody cab. You can't put him in the back of there.
No, right, okay. So, I can just imagine you sort of driving off of the beach with a dead German tied to the roof.
I thought, that's brilliant. I copped it because I was the first bloody lorry off.
Right,
that's
okay.
why.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's nice. They're giving me the bloody job. Now I go take a bloody own and bury him.
Right, okie doke.
So we stripped him of his bloody dog tag, whatever they had in the country before,
yeah.
And I give him to the padre.
Okay, so you're in France,
Yeah.
And you join back up with the regiment.
Yeah, and in France, I did a lot of burials in France.
Right,
Our
okay.
boats.
Your own boats.
They was coming, because the transport was out, waiting for the Bosnia call from to go up with the ammunition. Because we were stationed a bit packed out back, and anybody got killed or those kind, they used to send us up to get them out the tanks and bury them.
Right, so that must have been a gruesome job.
We got one of our blokes out one day, me and a couple more chaps, and we put him in the own, just going to bury him, and the padre said, whoa. I said, what the bloody hell's the matter? I said, what's the matter? What's the matter, buddy? Whoa, you got him in the wrong way.
Oh, right, so you had him legs, you had him out turning
I said, what do you mean he's in the wrong way?
Yeah.
He said, you bury him facing his home country.
Right, okay, so his head is...
So we had to get his body out, turn it on, face him home.
So he's facing home? Yeah. Okay, I can see the symbolism of that.
I said, he's dead, he's not going to know where he's buried.
Yeah.
He said, the right way.
Okay.
We had to get him right back up again.
So then were you involved in things like crossing the Rhine?
Yeah, we were on the cross the line, yeah.
Yeah, and were you involved in that? Were the regiment involved in that?
And then the regiment, we were, I was on leave when the crossing the line.
Oh, right, so you actually had leave? Yeah.
Aye.
Right, okay.
And they sent me out, because I had to swap my, leave with a sergeant.
Okay.
With a tank commander.
All right, okay, so he went across the line and you went
across the line and I went on leave.
Back to Wales.
Going back off leave, I thought we was lovely. Now we had to cross this bloody pontoon bridge over the Rhine.
Mm-hmm.
And bloody Jerry's came over and opened fire on us going across the bridge.
All right, okay.
I thought, Jesus, this is a good start.
Yeah, well, welcome back.
Welcome home, Frank, boy, you're home.
So
and in Holland, in Nijmegen,
right,
couldn't use the stone bridge.
No.
The main bridge over the wall in Holland. Because it was under jelly fire and shelling.
Right,
They were shelling it.
Okay, so you went to...
So there was another bridge further down the line, a railway bridge.
Yeah.
With the railway lines on it.
So you bumped across the railway line.
So we said that I was Captain Byrne. Byrne is he was mad. He was bloody mad as a bloody adder. And he used to take you places where you wouldn't think yourself were going.
Right, okay. Bearing in mind that you were in army trucks.
Yeah, and he was in only map we had was his, he had it.
Right.
And he just spread it on the field. He said, we're going here, we're going there, and we'll stop it there. And he'll keep up with me, he said. He's in a bloody armoured car.
Right. And
you were a 3-ton lorry loaded with bloody ammunition.
Yeah.
He's out of the bloody Aden area and about 10 miles up the bloody road before you get out of the field.
That's right, yeah. Right, he didn't fully understand all that's going on.
No, because he took me, I know he got choked off by the bloody, by a palm by the brigadier.
I should imagine so.
We was in Gok.
Yeah. Did you get married during the war?
Yes.
Where did you get married? When did you get married, sorry?
1940, 42.
1940. Was that before you joined the regiment, or
Before I joined the regiment.
before you joined the regiment? Right. Okay. So you got married.
No, I was in the regiment when I got married.
Okay. So we were in Banbury when you got married.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Just for interest sake, basically, more than anything else. So I can see you better.
That was my first girl. That was.
Your first wife or your first girlfriend?
That's my wife, that is.
Yeah.
And the girl, the baby I'm with, was my first. I never seen her for 9 months.
No. Right. So you were on leave.
Yeah.
She was born sort of about 9 months after that, and then you.
So that's right.
Yeah.
I was sat in the house when I heard them going over on the water, going over the Rhine.
Yeah.
And,
right. Okay. So eventually, you say you worked through with the regiment up through Germany to Bremerhaven.
Yeah.
And what happened at Bremerhaven?
Well, we pulled in at Bremerhaven and stayed there, and we expecting a call from the Black Mamba, as we used to call it, RSM.
Yeah.
Black Mamba.
Okay, go on. Yep.
And we waited a call from him to go up and refuel the tanks, like. But instead of this, Donna comes down, and he said, "Oh, you're not wanted up there," he said. I said, "We've only been wanted." I said, "They've been in bloody action." He said, "The war's finished." He said, "Germany's packed in."
Okay.
But I said to him, "You go telling tales like that, and I'll thump you, you better bugger off." And come tales like that. He said, "It's right." He said, "They've packed in." So then my next move then was, the regiment was going out to Egypt.
Yeah.
I got sent with a couple more blokes that I was waiting for the mobbing. To 22nd Dragoons.
Right. Did you ever think at that stage of signing on as a regular?
No, my missus would kill me.
Oh, right, okay. Right, okay, so...
I thought about it, mine.
You did? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I said.
Because the army life...
I done bloody 38 to 40, 36, I thought. That's not a few years,
okay.
like a couple more years, I get full time.
So you'd done 7 years at that
I had to
particular time.
get a pension. I get a pension.
Yeah.
And I talked to her one day about it. I said I was thinking about taking on for another 3 years. She said, "You do," she said, "and there'll be divorce papers served on you."
Right. Okay.
So
Because of course she'd been home by herself all the time.
So
as well.
she put paid that. Well, she was living with her mother at the time.
Yeah.
So that put bloody paid to that.
Okay.
I said, "All right, love, I'll forget it."
Okay. So where are you demobbed? In Tibworth again, or did you go back to?
No, I come back to Aldershot.
Went to Aldershot.
Yeah, I went to Aldershot, handed in some stuff in Aldershot. Then we went from Aldershot then to Hereford, and then did some bloody stuff in Hereford. Before I got home.
Right. At least you were closer to home then, or you in Hereford.
Oh, aye.
Okay. So did you get any training at all in Aldershot or Hereford for what you were going to do when you left, or were you going back into the steelworks?
No, I was going to go. I could have gone back in the steelworks. But I went in a bloody fertilising company.
Okay, so
there was only just across the road from where I lived with my mother.
And where was this?
I went back in there, a fertilising place.
And where was this?
In Wembley Street in Newport.
In Newport. So you came back. So you were demobbed to Newport.
Yeah. When I left, the wife came and lived with me and my mother in Wembley, Newport, like.
Right. Okay.
Before we had it took us 4 years to get a bloody house.
Right.
We
Okay.
were living in bloody rooms, you know.
Right. So was that in the council house, or did you buy your own house?
No, I had a council house.
You had a council house, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So you weren't.
This is the council. This is the council.
Yes, I gathered that. Yeah, I gathered that.
Well, it was a council, but it's owned somebody now.
Yeah.
Owned somebody now owns it.
Yeah. So did you feel that your army life had prepared you sufficiently for life as a civilian?
Well, I don't know. Army life, as I say, army life is what you made it.
Yeah.
as I said, army life is like a marriage. You know, you can make it bloody good for yourself, or you can make it bloody hard.
Yeah. Now it's said that
I had a good watch him in the army because I had good watch him in the army. I had some jobs, some dirty jobs like the bloody sanitary watching him looking at the toilet. Used to call me the shit house waller.
Okay.
All the boys that was all. I enjoyed the time I was in it because I didn't get in really got caught in that bloody ambush.
Yeah. Sorry, we missed that out completely, didn't we? Tell me about the ambush.
Well, we were going up towards Berlingen in Belgium.
Right.
Well, the tanks was way ahead of us. So we pulled in and we went over this little bridge. The wooden bridge it was, and we went in, but now it's a concrete bridge.
Yeah.
It was a little wooden bridge, and we went over this bridge and we got down the road about 3 miles, and we turned off, and they said, "Oh, there's some Germans coming this way." So everybody thought, "Oh, bloody infantrymen bringing some prisoners of war back, like, you know," which was like the thing. You could see a little infantry bloke with about 3 or 4 bloody German prisoners in front of him.
Yeah.
And we thought it was that.
Right.
Because then we was getting breakfast. We was having our breakfast.
Right. Yeah.
And we were stationed by here, and here was a big wood here, and the other side of the wood was the Albert Canal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, they came up the Albert Canal, and they said it was getting like the early morning. They said when they took up and they told us that they'd been watching us since daybreak.
Right.
Because they could hear us saying that we was going to move out. Because they was going to avoid attacking us.
Right.
Of course, one of the blokes went in the bloody wood to relieve himself. He wanted to go to bloody pee. He went in the wood, and he spotted him.
Right.
He comes running out, shouting bloody Germans.
Yeah.
Everybody stopped.
Yeah.
I bet they see an infantry man with about a couple of prisoners.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the bloody spandrels opened up.
Right. Okay.
And I said to my mate, "Hey, come on, boy, this is no German prisoners, this is the real thing, lad."
Yeah.
So me and him, the only last thing I heard was our sergeant major shouting, "If you bloody want me," he said, come and get me," he said, and he was firing the bloody drum from the hip.
Right. Okay.
And that was the last we seen of him.
Okay, because he got taken prisoner? You got taken prisoner, you said, did you?
He took prisoner.
You got taken prisoner, right.
11 of them.
Yeah.
11 of them.
Right.
And a sea squad copped the most strange prisoners.
Okay, so...
the two boys that got killed were tank crew.
Who were seconded to you because their tank had very broken down?
Yeah, they lost their tank in action.
Yeah.
And then because they got sent to us, so they had another tank.
Yeah.
They didn't like him. I didn't like coming to the bloody Aslan.
No, of course not. But, so what happened to you? Where did you go when the attack started?
When the attack, well, I died in the lorry to get my bloody Brengan out of the cab.
Yeah.
And they shot the bloody windscreen in.
Okay.
I thought, bugger, let the bloody Brengan stay there.
Yeah.
So I grabbed the rifle for him. I knew bloody rifle it was, but like that.
So
I grabbed it, and we died underneath the lorry, and then a couple of minutes, I said to this boy, this Frank Ebbs, I said, "Whelan, do you know what's up over us?" I said, "We dived into my bloody lorry, I got ammunition in there."
Right.
"Oh, crazy, we better get out of there." Right. So we got up the other side of the Watson. There was an AVIC then, in the corner of where we were, and it got caught on fire.
Mm-hmm.
So I said to him, "Come on, mate, we lost it, we don't move." So we got underneath the edge, and went down towards the edge, and then made our way back towards the main road.
Yeah.
And going up towards the main road, the bloody 1380 Hussars was up there.
Oh, right, okay.
And they opened bloody fire on us.
Oh, there you go, yeah. Enemy fire,
and we
friendly fire.
I bloody cut it out.
Okay, they thought you were the Germans.
He said, we thought everybody had gone from down there.
Mm.
I said, "Well, you're bloody wrong, mate."
Mm. Okay, and so that was sorted out. Yeah, okay, so let's go back then. Let's skip forward again to the mob. You came home. Did you work in that fertilizer company then for the rest of your time? Did you work with the fertilizer company, or did you change again?
Yeah, I went back. I packed in it was bloody wheelbarrow work, you know.
Right. Okay.
And, I was ruining my bloody feet.
Yeah.
It was terrible clothing and bloody hard, don't level or anything. It was all bloody hard stuff in them.
Right.
So I went back then to the steelworks.
Okay. Right. Now, I remember when I rang you, you were talking about going out collecting poppies. Are you a member of the British Legion?
No, I was a member of the British Legion, but they was on about closing it down.
Well, your branch.
I knew it was.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'm not paying no bloody subscription if they're going to bloody close it down. Because they was closing a lot of the British Legions down at that time.
Yeah.
And
it went through a bad spell, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but they still going.
So it's still going now.
Still going, the Legion, still going.
Yeah.
Because they was going to send me up to bloody Albert Hall this year.
Right. Yeah. As a standard bearer, or as a...
When my mate inquired, I could go, but I'd have to pay my own fare and the bloody ticket in.
Because when was this? What year was this? Do you remember?
Because I was not in the Legion.
Oh, right. Okay.
And I found out after Poppy Day last Sunday when we had a Poppy, you know, but we went down the Legion like we do every year, and the bloke told me they only allowed them 4 tickets.
Yeah.
To the thing.
Right.
Of course, members
came first, didn't they? Yeah. Right. Okay. So you've been in the Legion. Do you think the Legion does a good job?
Well, they're not doing. They're collecting a hell of a lot of money, and they are doing a good job. I mean, for what they're doing, I don't have a. All I get is bloody letters for begging letters of them.
Okay, right, okay. So you're a bit disillusioned.
I still get begging letters of them, although I'm not in the blue.
But you're happy enough to go out and collect?
Yeah, I go every year.
Do you? Right,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Now, you also mentioned before we started the interview that you went to Cruelly.
Yes, I went to Cruelly.
So how did you get involved in that?
Well, I was in the club.
Were you? Yeah. So you joined the Cruelly club?
Cecil was our chairman.
Right, okay.
Cecil.
Yeah.
He was, I think it's run now by head office, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
But, I think Cecil packed it in.
Right.
But we had, I took the wife and my boy living in Cornwall and his wife.
Yeah.
We went to Cruelly.
Right.
And I done a couple of trips to Cruelly.
Good. When was the last time you went? Can you remember the year? Well, don't worry if you can't.
Oh, about 5-6 years back now.
Okay, so it would have been about 2008, 2000, like that, yeah?
Yeah. Well,
right, okay.
I went back there. But not with the club, with a friend of mine. I'm in the Royal Regiment of Wales Association.
Okay.
Because I was in the Welsh Regiment.
Yeah.
And in the wood. And me and another chap and another bloke, we went to France. We went by car.
Right.
Oh, well, we went in his camper anyway.
Yeah.
We went in his camper. And I said to him, I said, I want to go back to Cruelly, like to see the memorial wasn't all right,
yeah.
like that. Oh, he said, when we go, he said, I'll take you, he said.
Right, okay.
So we went back there.
Right, okay. So, yeah, and I understand also that, God willing, you're going to be going across next year to...
Yeah.
Who are you going with on that visit? Is that just a private visit, or are you going with an organisation?
No, I'm going with just me and my 2 mates.
Just a private?
Yeah.
Just yourself and 2 mates?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Royal Regiment of Wales Association.
Bit after the summer wine-ish type thing. Yeah.
There's just 3 of us going over.
Okay.
And we've been a couple of times. The last trip went down with Belgium.
Right, yeah.
So we went up to the that place where we got ambushed.
Right.
I
Yeah.
could have, I never went to that wood, and the place I wanted to go.
Right.
But I went to where the bridge was.
Right. But you couldn't find the bridge.
A bloke was doing the same as you were doing now with the of the wall, like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we went in the village in Belgium, and I said to Dick, my mate, that there's a bloody tourist shop there. Let's go in there and see what we can find out.
Right.
So we went in there, and there were two young boys in there. They were about 17, 18 they were, and we were quite pleased to see us, you know. So, and,
Right. Yeah.
he said, he said, we don't know anything about that. He said, but we do know a bloke that's into it. He said, it's the Second World War. He said, well into it.
Right.
So while the one was talking, the other bugger was on the phone. And the bloke on the other phone said, keep him there till I get there.
Right. Okay. So you.
So when we get coming, he said to me, he said, do you know, he said, you're the only British soldier that's been back here.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's sad, isn't it? Yeah.
He said, nobody else. He said, you were the only British soldier that's been back here.
Okay. Yeah.
So we was going to go over again this year, like. Of course, I had this bloody water stoppage.
You got medical problems, yeah.
I had this bloody water stoppage, and then my mate, he had a bloody, he's supposed to have gallstones, but I found out he didn't have them in the end. And so we had to cancel it.
Okay.
And the bloke in Belgium, he was very disappointed, he was.
Right. Well, I think we'll call the interview to a halt at that point. I think we've covered all the points that need to be covered. Is there anything else you would like to add to what we've said?
No, I don't think so. And
Yeah.
I got to hear that Mr. Ford got promotion.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
He was a nice. He was in Sea Squadron.
Yes, I think he was, and then he went. Then I think he went to A Squadron.
When I was there.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't quite remember. I haven't got my notes on that.
He was officer there. He was. He had 2 pips when I seen him.
Right. Okay.
And he was a nice chap to talk to.
Yeah. He is. He still is. Believe you me, he still is. He lives out near Cirencester.
Yeah, I'm not in touch with the bloody with the mob. I phoned them up the other day, but they said they got a trip going over next year or something.
Yeah, there is a trip going over next year. Yeah. Yeah.
But,
Right. Okay.
I'm going over by car, so.
Right. Okay. But will you meet up with them when you're over there? Will you try to meet up with the group when you're over there? Or
well, I don't know who was in there. I don't know who the bloke was in the one, but he said if I went there when they was having a meal and that in Cooley, we could join them.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know what they. I don't know. I don't. We're going yet.
Yeah,
I think it'll be about this.
I think your best bet is to contact the Home Headquarters in York, and they will be able to liaise all that with you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much indeed for your contribution. And I shall call the interview to a halt.
Because that one of them papers that gives you how much time I spent in France.
Yeah.
How much time in Belgium.
Yeah.
How much time I spent in Holland.
Yeah. Right, yeah, so that would be... Yeah.
And I don't know what it... You see that battalion on the end there?
This one?
Yeah.
This one on its own? Yeah.
I can get it, I'll get it out now. I had that sent from the mob.
Did you? Okay.
It's the only one down this way.
Okay, well, I'm officially ending the interview at this point, Frank. Thank you again very much indeed for your contribution.